Tutasobola kugenda kuwetaba mu championship eyo era South Africa empaka yaziwangula abazijjukira empaka za AAPA mwaka 2023 mu Africa ya namba 3
ate yabadde wano ganda wakomeka mu Africa
ganda chubudija ganda wakomeka mu Africa mbu
ali mu ranking za Africa naye yo kubasinga obulungi ranking za Africa ziri ku mpaka AAPA zetegeka ate omwaka oguwedde abadde tazanya black ball AAPA gwesinga okutegeka ng'azanya 8 ball South Africa oba oli mu kibiina ekya 8 ball tozanya mpaka za black ball abadde takkirizibwa kuzizanya
AAPA All Africa siwe kiri yensoma byebyo All Africa Pool Association
yebyo
ngeza ko nebintu ebiko bikwata kyalika siisa tulinza kwasemo kakati mu rankings za Africa genda ku Google wandika mu AAPA wandika All Africa Pool Association rankings segede bagenda zikuleetera nenga kimanyi mu namba emu atika kuba mu Zambia oba South Africa Eden ye champion Eden Joseph ngoze yatukyalira kuwa twakakyaza na South Africa babiri wano MD kimuliro kwa tisibo webale nnyo fulwani abakyaza Eden wano nazanyako ne Glorious fulwani abakyaziza ku mukulu Jerry ne Gomede yakyalako ku club Clay ne Ismaili
Chandinga Cesar weyaze
Chandinga Cesar okay ugalo kwa bazanyi buliwa
okay ugalo wa Chandinga Cesar
choko pita katana kuba bifane soma bya kuya fabia bazanya babiri mu Kaspersfield
Lubula Simon mu kubuka maze mukulu wa Uganda emyaka 13 beddu nenga wasobola okutandika obutasobodde azanyide mu timu ezenjawulo Spice Rock Catalina Icon Mambole Portpool esawe no muzanyi wa Strap Buyers abadde mu nsengeka z'abazanyi abasinga okuzanya pool ne ku national team okuva omwaka gwa 2015 n'okutuuka essaawa ya leero ayina ebikopo by'enjawulo Kampala Open 2015 Lugazi Open 2016 Yes Lukaya Open 2017 Icon Open 2018 n'endala Ntoko juzi yatuse ku final z'empaka ezali Kenya natuka ne Dog City ku final ali ku timu y'eggwanga yabadde e South Africa era ye ne teammate we batuse mu kyokusatu mu doubles mu mpaka zabadde za heibo za nsi yonna ate ye nga kinoomu yabadde mu quarter finals y'omuna Uganda eyasinze kukola obulungi mu singles event Cesar musengeka z'abazanyi ba Uganda akwata kifo kisooka ye champion wa Uganda ewangudde empaka eza National Open awangudde empaka nyingi ez'enjawulo ng'ezasembye ez'amaanyi ng'ojekeza National Open yafuuse mu Uganda owokubiri okuwangula empaka ennene ebweru we Uganda bwe yawangudde tournament eyabadde e Zimbabwe yakubye ejjembe emirundi 2 tournament yabadde yanteekateeka ng'eyo gy'olaba eyaleero kimufuula omu ku bannayuganda basinga okuba ab'amaanyi eyasooka okuzannya pool ebweru w'eggwanga ng'asasulwa nga munnayuganda bwe yali mu ttiimu ya Sharks e Zambia n'abwangulirayo tournament za pool 26 bwe yakomyewo yakamala mu Uganda emyezi 18 yakawangula tournament 28.
All right. What is your picture? We are wazanyabo.
Tegeza buli Cesar bwe yakubye yejeredde.
All right. Okusinzira ku games ensigaza kirabika Table 5 naye sigenda gikozesa basa tusaba bagibikeko kafra
ate singa eri wabadde wabikudde abaspeed ne beekubiramu eri ne biggwa
abaspeed n'abakyadde
obakadde
bagenda kuba nga bayinza okutujja ku mulamu ennyo bansonyiwe
babasaze speed
tusaba batubikireko wano attendance oba ashas babikewo
kati nze yasobola
manager On keys, Chembira Muano, the business
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the winners, the first live final of what has been a very exciting 64-man double live tournament here at KV Pool Arena, Masaka, Nyendo. As one of the finals start, we are 2 minutes away from midnight East African time. The tournament that started on Monday will clearly end. It started on Sunday and is clearly ending on Monday. The ball was on the computer taking on the Cesar Chandigarh, the Scorpion. They are racing tonight in 90 minutes. Cesar wins the first game like Cesar normally does with a single visit clearance. Simon responds by potting 2 yellows on the break. He has been playing very well, Simon, by the way. I would say almost equally well as Cesar, and I think this match stands his best ever opportunity to defeat Cesar. He has come close to beating him, but has never ever beaten him. They have faced off a few times before when Cesar was just bursting onto the scene in 2019, that tournament of the 20 best players in Uganda, the Temseo Masters Open, which he won. He defeated Simon twice in that tournament. The other time they faced off came only in a money match, which was a very bad undoing to Simon, playing a money match racing to 21 when completely unready to play, especially psychologically, and losing out 21-2, something that affected him psychologically big time. Since then, he seems to have regained his best rhythm, and here he is trying to respond to fire by fire, water by water, apple by apple. Simon against the black from the break, sinks it in. Computer 1, Scorpion 1, rest to 9.
Ali anotegera mu time awo mwizooloza tavudde tukyaliyo omukulu Kelvin esebo tera ku time awo 5-5-6 bimatandikidde
omukungu wa Ssaabasajja
omukulu Palisengumu
akubye akaama kati kakyali kaama kuba ngambye mbyogere agambye abazanyi be babadde bana asigazzaamu omu
Lula Simon de Continental
oyo yennyini era agambye okumutendera kwali kati
afuna sente meka obwedda tujja tuziranga
emitwalo 2
gyafuna ku mutendera gwaliko
azimwongera ku byanaabawangudde waayita wano emitwalo 3 bwawangulira ddala
mitwalo
5
ulira sente
kakati Simon ekyakitegeere
kizogenda mu akakadde tuyanze nnyo waliwo lwampanyisa nayala tamutegedde kigwayogedde muleke tamutegedde ani akyogedde alaka tamutegedde nze mumanyi akakadde akalabamu emitwalo 10. Tuli mu kumaliriza championship yaffe etatumike Arena Double Life Open Championship era nga tubazanya wa Team Prime Shooters.
Guys, be sure that you have got a game. It is very rare to see guys play so well from the word go. Cesar won the lag and scored an apple. Simon won a lag and scored an apple. Cesar has broken with one visit between each of the players and wants to make another single visit clearances. We are being treated to very good pool. Sorry for keeping you awake all this long. It has been the nature of the tournament. Of course, Cesar not having rested at all. Remember, he's human. The organizers have given him some minutes to rest after defeating Habib in the previous match. A little bit in normal fans language, it was too much white. Will attempt a bank shot and he wins the game. That one was You will say a stroke of genius, a stroke of luck, whatever you can call it. He wins, and it will go down as a very good shot, a good one for TikTok, a good one for your WhatsApp status. Cesar 2, Computer 1. Very interesting match, this one. When you put black and red with red, your only object ball before the black left on table, you win the game. That is black ball. It encourages players to be very innovative. I'll use a disclaimer that the pot of the black wasn't Cesar's original intention, but nonetheless he wins. Computer puts yellow and red on the break, and once again it is balls well spread on the table. Now if Computer can respond to this one by another apple, then the game will move from very good to very exciting. Table is closed on the red, and he has 5 more reds, which are looking pretty good. I think of all the top players, Cesar is the only player that Simon has never beaten. Besides that 21-2 mauling, they also faced off in a third place match, the Easter Cup tournament that was organized at Matuga last year, and Cesar won. That time Simon was more convincing because it was 6-5. The only record I have for victory of Simon against Cesar is that one single frame in the league, which single frame won the Uganda League title for Simon. No, it was Simon's team, Scrap Buyers, taking on Cesar's team, Upper Volta. The game that won the match for Simon's team, that was Scrap Buyers, instead won the title for Mbale Pool Club. It was a very emotional game. He notifies the umpire that he's snookered and intends to play off the cushion. And it's a Lego shot. Very good shot. And Cesar responds to fire with fire. By the way, by the stuff these guys are producing so far, I was feeling a little bit asleep before the start of the match, but how I am wowed with their performance, I'm now feeling fresh.
abantu abakira osoboye kunabo bali kumpi nnyo ati nga baliranye tables twagala nnyo scenarios tugenda kuba nga tetulina wetumusalawo.
In a game of this nature, the player with more balls is the player in control. Cesar will most likely play another safety shot, or he seems to be going for it. By the way, whatever happens this game, Cesar will be next on the same table against Odong Kenneth. Should he defeat the Computer, he will have secured at least second place. Should he win Kenneth Odong as well, then he will have taken both first and second place, and in that case we shall not have a finals final, as it is called. You will need to be awake for at least 2 more hours if you are to watch this game to the very end. Cesar versus Computer, a game that is so far delivering.
Thank you. Cesar wanaba maliriza ogenda kujja ku tebo zanyini Odong Kenneth.
Impressive.
Abona abasajja bombi bazanyira mu tiimu emu, Odong Kenneth ne Cesar bazanyira mu Upper Volta Pool Club esangibwa mu Kasubi.
Computer against the black looks tricky. but he sinks it in. Simon 2, Cesar 2. Like I said before, the form in which Simon has been playing today presents the best ever opportunity he has ever gotten to take down Cesar in a match of this magnitude. He is the only one of all the major players he doesn't have a single victory against. Yes, Simon just notified the umpire a while ago that he was not well dressed, and the umpire gave him 2 minutes to dress up properly. Maybe he was not feeling so comfortable. Both players seem to be well loved in this area. Ivan Oketa, that fun is like Sunday. It's the Sunday of Masaka. Let him be. I know Sunday you are watching. When I find you, don't beat me. I know Easy Moses Omon is watching. I know Stephen Austin is watching. I know Council Rama is watching. Robert Onekaliti is at the venue, but sometimes he doesn't have the balls to keep watching at the venue if things are not yet going his way. Computer is back. Cesar to break. Fair break it is. Yellow is spotted and the table is open. The yellows are okay. The reds are okay. The player is even more okay. Another apple in the making. When Cesar came onto the scene, the likes of Computer were the clearly the best players in the country until Cesar had something to say about it. That's why he is the player they like to take down in tournaments like this one, especially with hundreds of viewers as witnesses, even though it is already past midnight. Play top spin, white ball following. I'm not so sure it is accurate. He seems to be seeing the ball only partially and his body language agrees. He will play a massive shot, white ball curving around the red, and he finds it, doesn't pot it. Simon has somewhat a chance. One thing he needs to do is either play a safety or pot a ball. If he doesn't do either of the two, he will be down and out. Actually, the most important thing is to pot a ball, but white ball is frozen against the cushion. And when the white ball is frozen against the cushion, that is not Simon's speciality. Remember Jerry's first money match against Simon? At one time Simon was faced with such a situation and he fouled.
Nenga mu quarter finalists ninamu bano ninamu Cyaninga Cesar, Kazibwe Ian, Kasozi Joseph, Kayanja Ibra. Bebazanyi abo abana abasobodde okutwala emitwalo 15 mu Paasa. Ebirabo bitugenda okukabaawo nga tumaliriza.
Sorry, once again, it wasn't my intending to shake the video around. The venue where we are has become too narrow for the amount of fans that have stayed awake. Anyway, Simon played such a wonder shot under pressure to put a ball. Here is the computer playing to lead against Cesar. He was, especially in 2015 as well as 2016, the clear best player in Uganda, as Cesar is right now. Since then, he has remained a top player, but he has gone below the likes of Cesar and Ibra and Mansuri in terms of achievement. He, however, remains a very talented player, and his talent is there for everybody to see. Simon 3, Cesar 2. And manager Paddy, one of the businessmen based in Masaka, is uploading that shot. He once admitted in public to being a fan of Lubola Simon. Even the Cesar fan, who has been making lots of noise, has tipped Simon for that victory. He's a very good fan, this guy, and very funny. He's clearly a fan of Cesar, has been chanting Cesar's name all through, but has tipped the computer for that clearance. Computer to break. For the first time in the match, we have a dry break. And like I normally say, dry breaking against Cesar is not allowed. Failing to finish off opponents against Cesar is criminal. And fouling is treasonous when your opponent is Cesar. And these players know.
Ekifaananyi awagira mulala n'erinnya awagira mulala. Tasaana gyanteeka amasala maaso. Komputa naye agendedde ate. Ekyokola muyite kumpi.
When it is players of this level on the table, things happening at this level is not a surprise at all. Cesar 3, the computer 3. His nickname Cesar, the Scorpion, the favorite of all his nicknames, the one he likes, the one he loves his fans to call him. He's also nicknamed, at one time was called the Dictator, because his fans claimed that he was ruling Ugandan pool without having to end his rule to reign like a true dictator. It is a name he doesn't like, however. He likes also to be called the people's player, because he says that people love him everywhere he goes. Jerry told me, Jerry, I'm sorry if you're watching to be spilling your secrets, our discussion, he told me that Aiden was surprised during the battle between Cesar and Aiden in Johannesburg that Cesar and Aiden were having the same amount of fans, that fans were equally split between the two, same number supporting Cesar as those supporting Aiden when they were playing in Johannesburg. I also saw the amount of support that Cesar had when he was in Nairobi and Bulawayo. He says everywhere he goes, he doesn't know why people like to watch his game. He likes to be called the people's player. Computer, besides being called Computer and Lubola Simon, he likes to be called the Continental because he says he is here to reign over the African continent. It is his mission in the sport. Simon is around 3 years older than Cesar. He's around 27 or so. Cesar is around 24 or thereby. How he has matured into a top professional, Cesar, not only on table as a player, but how he conducts himself as a human being. The talent is God-given. I personally give credit to players who, even after gaining the stardom that Cesar has, maintains the stature of a calm, down-to-earth human being. Simon wasn't completely lucky with the positioning of those balls despite the brilliant opening. By the way, I have been watching this tournament from its start. While Cesar has clearly been the better player, having reached this level with both his lives, Simon has been slightly below. He has been shooting so well. Besides that match he lost to Habib, but Cesar at times just defies some of the odds. Misses of balls are not tolerable with him as opponent, and is on black for the fourth time in the match, and sinks it in. Cesar 4, Simon 3. Shout out to you, all of you who are watching. I wonder how you guys do it. Over 1,000 here. It's already Monday. In Southern Africa, it is around 11:30. In Western Africa, it's 9 p.m. It's understandable when they are watching, but so many in East and Southern Africa. I don't know whether you are immersing your feet underwater. I don't know whether you're having a coffee or you're having an energy drink, caffeinated one. I don't know how you keep it awake, but at times I also understand it. These guys are so entertaining when they are on table. Tomorrow, Cesar rematches Jerry. Be reminded, Tickles and Giggles, Kampala. 7 p.m. East African time, which shall be 6 p.m. in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Eswatini, South Africa, Botswana, Angola. 4 p.m. in Ghana, Nigeria. That one will go down as a foul. One of those fouls that Cesar never hesitates to punish. Thank you for watching. Sibu Gabuza from South Africa supporting the Scorpion. Lakson Karis Molondwe. You say you're having coffee? Enjoy. Ziko Jenny Mdala watching from Malawi. Wow. Malawi in the stream. Tafadzo Mamvura. between Denise saying the pool they play these guys is attractive to you. Yes, David Pick Komakech. You say Cesar will be too tired. Yes, he's likely to be tired, but that's what the game is. That's what it happens in all other sports. But he will be tired, and it will be an issue, especially should Cesar lose. Mamba Swasvey, thank you for watching. Made Love supporting Cesar Man. Mokudzei Zembiru also supporting Cesar Man. Miguel Evans, you are saying, I tell you what happens if Cesar wins this. This one is the first life final, which Cesar is going 5-4 up. If he wins this, he will be confirmed in at least second position at worst. And should he win the next, then he will take both second and first. That's what will happen. But should he win this one and lose the next, then he will play the finals final between the guy who will have beaten him in the next. I hope you get it, because this victory, if he gets it, will have taken him into the finals final. So should he lose to Kenneth Odong in the next match, having won this one, then he and Kenneth Odong will play out the finals final. That is how double life pool is. Chaze Michael Richards supporting Cesar Joseph Mwakawele. Bro Hatleo waving your Botswanan flag. Robinson Matovu, Osbat Siboli, John Aurelio, and Nespo skipper watching from the United Kingdom. Thank you for watching from all that far. Zifazonke Charles Ndaba watching from Dubai. Charles Gwambe, one opponent Sirigwajo. Tumelo Clifford, Tiago Mateo Maramba, Mwansa Mulenga, Morris Luima, T Manieri, Jix Kendrick supporting the Scorpion Mokozei. It seems computer doesn't have fans here. Thank you for the appreciation of video quality, Mokozei Zimbiru. And the bro Katlao says Cesar is a clinical player. Roy Kane watching from Botswana. Leo Osman, Marvelous Kolapo, Friday Sean, Tonic Zenzo, also Botswanan, Jimmy Golden Manyen, Penny Nakate. You want to marry Cesar? I will show him. I'm screenshotting this one. Then I'll send this to him after the match. Good luck to you, Penina. Lakson, Mikunelana, Robinson Matovu, safe side, watching from Dar es Salaam. Send my greetings to Samson Kibuga, the guy who streams the games as they come up from Tanzania. Romeo Edwin, Lemon Bright, Seguya Baker, Festus Tifo, Makudzei Zimbiru. One of those rare moments where Cesar finds himself snookered, and shouldn't he find this ball, he will be out. He finds it, but still it is advantage computer. There's a very rowdy fan here, but fellow fans are understanding that he's a bit high. He's supporting Cesar. I think even computers fans are just letting it all go, because much as he's supporting Cesar, he tipped computer for a good clearance when he made it. So they just take him as a sportsman. Blunder by Simon. Cesar will try a very sharp cut to pot that yellow against the cushion and pots it. Where will the white rest? It will be good enough for the bank shot. He's clearly attempting to bank it to the center pocket on your left. And it is a very successful band. Cesar 6, Simon 3.
Let's take a side move.
The intention is well noted. Pot that yellow ball, riding it against the rail, and it's a very good shot. Even when you start to think that Cesar may have started to drain the energy out of Simon, Simon comes up with another bright clearance of his own. The life is not out of him. Simon 4, Cesar 6. The way Cesar is queuing, he seems to be on a clear mission to try and be number 1 and 2. The difference between double life and double elimination tournament, this one is a perfect double life tournament. 64 players, they have played 2 separate tournaments, although they are the same players. And now this is a final of one of those tournaments. The final of another of the tournaments is coming up next between Cesar and Odong. The winners of those 2 finals are the players who play out the overall final. Simon will be more desperate to win this than Cesar, because Cesar has another opportunity to make the overall final by trying to beat Odong in the next match coming up. So if Cesar wins this match, then at worst he can be second. If he wins this match, Cesar, he will also try to win the next match, and if he does it, there will be no overall final. He will just take first and second positions. Then Odong and Simon will play out for 3rd and 4th place. In double elimination, there is a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. The players in the loser's bracket are those who have been beaten in the winner's bracket in the tournament. So the loser's bracket is for people only who have already been beaten. And in double elimination, it is not possible for a player to be number 1 and number 2. But in double life, it is very possible, and it is very possible even in the tournament you are watching now, as Cesar is aiming black for the 7th time. Yes, 7-4. The neutrals will most likely be rooting for Computer to win. They will probably not want Cesar to win both of the big prizes. And one way to stop him from winning both of them is if he doesn't win this match. Computer has won a tournament once before in this district of Masaka. The tournament was dubbed the Lukaya Open. In that one he defeated Hazard in the final, but it's quite some years ago. The very last tournament of this level that was held here was won by Cesar. Just weeks after he returned from Zambia in 2023, he defeated Ibra in the final. That is one of the best ever performances he has ever had as a player. He was so good in that tournament. In the final it ended 9-3. This one is the first life final. 7-4 is just about to become 7-5. Cesar is so unforgiving, but Simon can mean it to be lethal. 5-7. One of those very rare misses from Cesar to present an opportunity to Simon to see if he can pull one back. And he should be in the know that if he doesn't utilize chances like these ones, Cesar win. And Cesar is leading, and he is only 2 games away from victory. And yet Simon 2 misses.
Thank you.
Computer 6, Scorpion 8.
It's now 6-8. Simon 6, Cesar 8. Remember, we are playing best of 17. Race to 9. Over there. obudde bakyabulina otobeera ziri 68 ate ku 724 obudde bakyabulina ddala. Okay.
Mulete. Mutuletere. Webale nnyo.
Computer 7, Cesar 6, Cesar 8. He will have to conclude a very memorable comeback, Computer, if he's to win this match. He needed to win 4 straight. So far 2 are down. He needs 2 more. It is unlikely that, but it's very possible. Fans are asking for an apple from him. Hits the top ball very hard, sinks in yellow, leaves an open table, sinks in red as well, but with white ball almost frozen against the cushion. The yellows and the reds are equally good. For as long as he can sink in one ball of either color, he will have every reason to try and go for this game. Simon has demonstrated too much brilliance in this game, but he has also demonstrated that he can be error prone. And he knows it as much as the fans know it, that probably this is the game that is taking Cesar to the overall final. With only this clearance. 5 reds and a black. Only one of the reds positioned trickily, the one near the cushion on the right of your screen. Black is in space. Good cue control, Cesar. As long as he sinks in the red ball to that corner pocket against the rail, white will have a natural position, natural movement, just like that. Cesar through to the overall final of today's double live tournament. He's being given 5 minutes to have his rest and then come back to the same table to take on Odong Kenneth, whom he beat in Odong's first life. Odong is coming back with the second life, which has reached the final, and that game is second goal. Place once again in exactly 5 minutes. See you then.